Have you ever had that exact moment, Don? You're watching English videos. You hear the language all around you. Movies make sense. Songs feel familiar. And then, boom, it's your turn to speak. And suddenly, your brain goes blank.
Oh, I know that feeling. It's like your mind hits the pause button. But here's the funny part. It doesn't mean your English is weak at all. It usually just means you're trying too hard to sound perfect.
Exactly. And here in Speak Unstoppable, we don't chase perfect English. No way. We focus on real English, the kind that people use in their daily lives. Simple, clear, honest. And yes, it actually works.
Hi, everyone. I'm John.
And I'm Maria. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable, your cozy, friendly, fun space where English doesn't feel like a test, but something human, natural, and alive.
Today, we're diving into something every learner thinks about, but often doesn't know how to put into words.
Yes, we're talking about how to express basic English and American English using English itself. Not the boring textbook way. Not a lecture. Just like real people talk. Just like you would in your own life.
Okay, let's start with a supernatural scenario. Imagine someone asks you, "Do you speak English?"
Your first instinct might be, oh no, I need a perfect answer. But relax. You don't need long or complicated sentences. A simple, honest reply is perfect.
You can simply say, "Yes, I'm learning English," or even, "I use basic English."
That's it. Simple, short, clear. But it carries confidence, honesty, and approachability.
And here's the secret. Basic English is not bad English. It's practical, effective, and people actually understand it. Immediately. No confusion.
Exactly. Instead of saying something like, I am extremely delighted to make your acquaintance, you simply say, I'm happy to meet you.
Short, simple, real. That's all you need. Short sentences, small words, big impact.
Now, let's jump into American English. It's still English, but some words and habits are a little different. And knowing these makes you sound super natural.
For example, Americans say apartment instead of flat,
Elevator instead of lift.
and soccer instead of football.
Exactly. These small differences are part of the culture. And if someone asks, which English are you learning? You can confidently reply, I'm learning American English. Or, I practice English as spoken in the US.
Sounds simple, right? But it feels honest. It sounds natural.
All right, let's try a tiny real-life conversation.
Hi, Maria. I'm learning English, but I want to speak more naturally.
That's awesome. I use basic English, and I'm learning American English too.
Perfect. That's exactly what you need for everyday conversations.
See? No fancy words, no pressure. Just real English, real connection, and energy.
Quick pause. If you're still listening and this feels helpful, even a small like or subscribe really supports the channel.
But only if you want to. No pressure at all.
Here's a tiny tip. Whenever you learn a new word, use it in a short, real sentence.
For example, I live in an apartment. I take the elevator. I like soccer.
Say it slowly. Say it naturally. Feel it. Enjoy it.
And remember, your goal is not to impress. Your goal is to connect, to communicate, to be understood.
Most people don't care about perfect grammar. They care about understanding you.
Now take a moment. Think about your own English today.
Do you usually use simple words, or do you try to sound advanced?
There's no wrong answer. Just notice it. Observe yourself without pressure.
Even saying it out loud helps. I use basic English, or I'm learning American English.
Just saying it once can make your brain feel lighter, more relaxed, and yes, more confident too. Stay with that thought for a moment. Imagine using short, honest sentences today. Little details, tiny phrases, real moments. Each one builds your confidence and natural flow.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Even small sentences start to carry meaning. Even tiny moments feel alive.
And this, friends, is the heart of real English. Not memorized words, not perfect grammar, just honesty, just real life moments, just you.
All right, let's dive a little deeper into how English really feels in real life. Not the English from your textbooks or exams, but the English people actually use when they're just being themselves, when they're relaxed, having coffee, chatting with friends, or at work.
Yes, a lot of learners think English has one rigid shape, like there's only one correct way to speak and everything else is wrong. But honestly, it's not true at all.
Exactly. English changes depending on the people, the place, and the situation. It's alive. It adapts. And that's what makes it fun and flexible.
That's why you hear different styles: basic English, American English, work English, casual daily English, and all of them work. All of them are correct in their own way.
And when you realize that, it takes a huge weight off your shoulders. You don't need to memorize complicated sentences. You just need to communicate. And communication is alive.
Let's focus on American English for a second. When you listen to Americans speaking, you notice something amazing. They usually don't make things complicated at all.
Yes, they sound relaxed, confident, and direct. They don't overthink every word. And most of the time, they pick words that are super easy to understand, which makes conversations flow naturally.
For example, instead of saying, I intend to consume food shortly, you hear them simply say, I'm going to eat. Or even shorter, I'm hungry.
See? Just two words, but it communicates exactly how they feel. Short, powerful, human. That's the magic of basic English.
Many learners think longer sentences sound smarter, but in real life conversations, short, clear sentences feel more natural, more relatable, and more alive.
Absolutely, especially in American English. It's about meaning first, decoration later. Conveying your thoughts clearly, not impressing anyone with fancy words.
Another thing you'll notice is how people connect their ideas. They don't try to explain everything in one go. They use simple words to link sentences together.
Exactly. Words like usually, then, after that make a huge difference.
For instance, I usually wake up early. After that, I get ready for work. Then I leave the house. Each sentence is short, but together, they create a clear, vivid picture of the day.
Simple words, simple sentences, but so powerful because they are real and easy to follow.
Now imagine someone casually asks you about your day, not in a test, not an exam, just a friend, a colleague, or a neighbor.
They say, "How was your day?"
And you don't need a long story. You can answer naturally.
Like, "It was busy today. I had a lot of work, but it was okay."
That answer sounds natural. It sounds human. It sounds real. No pressure, no stress, just connection.
And if you want to add a little American flair, you can adjust some words casually.
For example, instead of saying, I drink coffee in the morning, many Americans say, I grab some coffee. It doesn't mean they run and grab it. It just makes the routine feel casual and natural.
Exactly. Small phrases like this make your English sound alive, comfortable, and effortless.
Some learners worry a lot about accent. They think, if my accent isn't American, my English is bad.
No, accent is secondary. The most important thing is being understood. If people understand you, your English is working beautifully.
You can use American English words without sounding American at all, and that's completely okay.
Let's hear a tiny, real-life exchange.
Hey, John, what kind of English do you use at work?
I use simple, clear English, words that everyone can understand.
Is it American English?
Yeah, mostly, because my colleagues are American, and that's how they usually speak.
That conversation feels effortless, natural, and human.
Here's something important. American English also reflects culture.
People often keep things short. They respect time and personal space.
That's why phrases like, sounds good, let me know, I'll get back to you, are so common.
They're polite but easy, and they flow naturally in conversation.
And if you're still listening and this is helping, even a small like or subscribe quietly supports the channel.
Only if you want to. We're just happy you're here.
Now, slow down for a moment.
Think about how you usually speak English.
Do you translate every sentence in your head? Or do you just express simple thoughts naturally?
American English often follows thoughts first, grammar second. It's about feeling, clarity, and connection.
Here's a small practice you can do today. Pick one moment from your day, morning, afternoon, or evening, and describe it in basic English.
For example, I wake up. I make coffee. I check my phone.
That's enough to communicate real life without fancy words.
What matters most is comfort, clarity, and confidence.
Exactly. You'll feel more alive when you speak, and people will enjoy listening too.
Hold that thought quietly, but feel it fully. Your English is real. Your English is alive. You know, John, I notice something about English learners every single day. It's not how many words they know or how many grammar rules they've memorized. It's something deeper. It's about trust. Trust in themselves. Trust in their English.
Absolutely. Even people who understand tons of English, they can freeze the moment they have to speak. They pause. They doubt every word. They overthink sentences before they even finish them.
Yes, they hear all the words in their head perfectly, but the moment comes, their mind goes completely blank, and it can feel scary, frustrating, even unfair.
And that's totally normal. But here's the key. This is the moment where English either feels heavy or light. When you let it flow naturally, it feels light, fun, human.
Think about a simple question. How was your day? It's tiny, harmless, simple, but suddenly, in English, it feels like a test.
Right. You want to give the perfect answer, one that makes sense, sounds natural, has the right words, all at once.
But here's the truth. Perfect answers don't exist in real life. They're imaginary. Real conversations aren't tests. They're about connection, honesty, and feeling.
Let's picture it together. You come home after work. A colleague, a friend, or even a classmate asks, "How was your day?"
What do? Do you start translating every word? Or do you just say what you feel?
This is where basic English shines. You can simply say, "It was busy today. I had a lot of work, but it was okay."
And notice, it doesn't need to be long, but it has a beginning, a middle, and an emotion. You're sharing reality. You're sharing life.
Now, let's add a little American English twist. Instead of, I drank coffee in the morning, you could say, I grabbed some coffee.
It's casual. It's natural. It paints a picture without extra words.
And if you want, add a tiny detail. The coffee was hot, and it helped me wake up slowly. Just a simple sentence, but suddenly it feels alive, real, human.
Many learners stress over accents. They think, if I don't sound American, nobody will understand me.
No. Accent isn't the main point. Clarity is. Understanding is. Even if your accent is different, people follow your meaning. And that's what matters.
Confidence grows when you speak without overthinking. Even short sentences said honestly can feel powerful.
Here's another everyday situation. Someone asks, "Are you busy today?"
Instead of panicking, you can answer, a little. I have work in the morning, but I'm free later.
Short, simple, honest. And notice, you've communicated your schedule, context, and mood, all naturally.
This is a key lesson of American English. People often keep sentences short, not because they're lazy, but because short sentences are polite, friendly, and easy to understand.
They respect your time. They leave room for the other person to respond. That's conversation in action.
Let's talk about speed. Many learners hear American English and think it's fast. It's not about rushing.
It's about flow, comfort. Words come naturally when you're relaxed. You don't translate everything. You think about your idea first, and the words follow.
That's why practicing small, honest sentences every day is more effective than memorizing long phrases.
Try a simple practice today. Pick a moment from your day, morning, afternoon, or evening. Think about what happened.
It can be as small as, I felt tired after work. I made some tea, I sat down and relaxed.
Or, I went for a short walk. The weather was nice. It made me feel calm.
Even tiny moments can become full conversations in English. No fancy words needed, just clarity and feeling.
Imagine telling a friend about your day. You don't need perfect sentences. You don't need to memorize grammar rules. You just need honesty.
And that honesty builds trust with English and with yourself. Every honest sentence strengthens confidence.
Even one short, simple phrase can be powerful. Today was busy, but good. That's connection. That's life.
Mistakes? They're fine. They're natural. Even native speakers make mistakes. Pause, restart, and fix as they go.
Say, I go yesterday to work. People understand you. The conversation continues. Meaning is more important than perfection.
Let's take a quiet moment. Think about your English today.
Do you allow yourself to speak simply? Do you allow pauses? Do you allow honesty?
This reflection is as important as speaking practice.
Take a deep breath with me.
Your English doesn't need to impress anyone. It just needs to serve you.
And the more you use it honestly, the more it becomes yours.
Remember this: every short sentence, every honest phrase, every small moment of practice is building your English, your confidence, and your natural flow.
And that's the secret of real English in life. Not long rules, not memorized lists, just real moments, real words, real feelings.
John, it's amazing how even a few short sentences can make a conversation feel real, isn't it? It's like every word carries a little bit of your life, your mood, your energy.
Exactly. And that's what makes English feel alive. It's not about impressing anyone, it's about sharing moments, feelings, and thoughts naturally.
Let's imagine a scene. You just finished a meeting at work. You're walking out of the office. A colleague asks, "How did it go?"
Instead of panicking, instead of translating word for word, you can simply say, "It went well. We had some challenges, but we solved them."
Notice how that one sentence communicates success, honesty, and a little emotion. It's short, but it feels real. And that's exactly how people talk in daily life.
Now, if you want to sprinkle in some American English, you could add something casual. "I think it went pretty smoothly." Or even, "Everything went okay. No big problems."
See, small changes make it sound more natural. You're not changing your English completely, you're just making it comfortable for everyday conversations.
And here's another tip. When you learn new words, don't just memorize them. Try mini scenes in your mind. Imagine your day, your work, your coffee, your walks, your friends. Fit the new words naturally into these moments.
For example, if you learn snack, don't just say the word. Try, "I grabbed a snack at 3 p.m." Or, "My friends and I shared a small snack during lunch." Suddenly, the word has life. It belongs to your day.
Exactly. And when you do that, English stops feeling like a lesson. It becomes your tool for life, for daily moments, for connecting with people.
And don't forget tone. Even a short sentence can feel warm, friendly, or energetic. It's not just the words, it's how you say them.
Yes, for instance, "I finished my work." Say it flat? Nah. Say it with a little smile in your voice. Instantly, it feels alive, approachable, human.
Now, let's talk about mistakes. Some learners avoid speaking because they fear mistakes, but mistakes are gold.
Absolutely. Even native speakers make mistakes all the time. They pause, restart, correct themselves. The conversation never stops.
Say, for example, "I goes to the market yesterday." It's okay. The listener understands. Life moves forward. Meaning matters more than perfection.
Here's a real-life tip. Keep a mini diary in English. Write 3 to 5 sentences about your day. No long essays, no perfect grammar required, just honesty.
Like, "I woke up early. I made coffee. I read for 10 minutes. I walked outside and felt fresh air on my face." See how these sentences tell a story? They are simple, but full of life.
And when you read them aloud, notice how they sound like real conversation. The words flow naturally, the ideas are clear, and you feel your confidence growing.
Also, notice your pauses. Small pauses make your English sound human. They give listeners time to understand. They give your words weight.
Here's another secret. When you speak English, don't try to impress anyone. Focus on connection. Focus on clarity. Focus on honesty.
Even a single phrase like, "Today was good. I felt happy," can be enough. It's short, but it's real. And real English always works.
Think about all the small moments in your day. Every tiny conversation, every short comment, every shared thought. That's your practice. That's your growth.
And over time, these tiny moments add up. Your English becomes natural, comfortable, alive, not because you memorized rules, but because you lived it.
So, take a deep breath. Look at your English today. Notice your growth. Celebrate small wins.
Every simple sentence, every honest word, every short moment of speaking, it's building your English, your confidence, and your natural voice.
And that's what Speak Unstoppable is all about. Real English, real life, real feelings.
Thank yourself for showing up today. Your English is alive. Your English is yours. And every word you speak is a step toward being unstoppable.